So we'll start off, on your back with your knees bent up, just starting to engage your pelvic floor. So just breathing through it and lifting and lowering the pelvic floor. Okay, so we're going to start off with our single leg tabletop. So we're just going to float one leg up while you're keeping the other knee bent and bringing that down and stopping the other leg, floating that up and then bringing that back down. Good. All right, we're going to count 8 times on each side. So floating and controlling that down, and the other leg floating that up and controlling it down. Remember to keep the small space at the bottom of your back, so don't let your back flatten. And the other leg. Good. 3. And float the other leg. And 4. Nice and controlled. And 5. And the other leg. 6. 2 more. 7. 1 on each side. 8. And floating that leg up. And the other leg. And down. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Relaxing your pelvic floor. Okay, now we're going to come up into double tabletop. So floating both legs up, and then we're just going to tap down one leg and float it back up, and then tap the other leg down and float them back up together. If you feel like you're grabbing too much to the front of your thighs, you can bend your knees in just a little bit more. So just tapping and floating, tap and float. And again, tap and float, and tap and float. Tap and float, tap and float. Keeping your pelvic floor engaged during this exercise. And tap and float. And again, tap and float, and tap and float. Good. 3 more times on each side. Tap and float, tap and float. Good. 2, tap, float, tap and float. 1 more time on each side. Tap, float, tap, float, and then slowly control your legs back down. Good. Nice deep breaths in here. Relax your pelvic floor. Okay, we're going to come straight up into our bridges. So tilting the pelvis back before we're lifting up, pushing through your heels, bringing your bottom off the floor, and slowly rolling back down. You can have your hands either on your hips or by your sides. And then coming down, nice and controlled. And again, pelvis back, lifting through your feet and slowly rolling down. And again, pelvis back, lifting through your feet and slowly coming down, keeping the space between your knees as well, keeping them nice and controlled as you're moving up and down. And rolling back, pushing through your feet and slowly coming down. Good. We're going to try and work through 3 more. Rolling your pelvis back, pushing through your feet and slowly coming down. 2, rolling back, pushing through your feet and slowly coming down. And 1 more, rolling back, pushing through your feet and slowly coming down. Okay, take some deep breaths in here, relax your pelvic floor. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to come up into our single leg bridge. So if this is too hard, you can just stay with the double leg bridge. If not, we'll move on to the single leg bridge. So we're going to float 1 leg up, then we're going to push up through that leg, lifting that bottom off the floor and slowly coming down and bringing that leg down. And then we're going to swap to the other side. So float that leg up, pushing through the other leg and slowly coming down. Good. And then swapping legs again, keeping that leg up, pushing through your heel and slowly coming down. Good. And swapping over again, floating 1 leg up, pushing through the opposite heel and slowly coming down and the leg down. And again, other leg up, pushing through your heel and slowly coming down. And the other leg, float that leg up, push through that heel and slowly coming down. Okay, and again, pushing through that heel and slowly coming down. And the other leg, float that leg up, push through that heel and slowly coming down. All right, we're going to do it 2 more on each side. Floating that leg up, pushing through that heel and slowly coming down. And the other leg, pushing through that heel and slowly coming down. Good. 1 more time on each side, floating through that leg, pushing through that heel and slowly coming down. And the other leg, float that leg up, push through that heel and slowly coming down. Good. Take a nice deep breath in here. So what we're going to move on to now is hundreds. So we're going to bring both of our feet into tabletop. And then we're going to do a mini crunch. We're going to have our palms facing down. We're going to count 10, palms facing down, then palms facing towards each other, 10 pulses, then palms facing up, 10 pulses, and then we're going to come back down. If this is too hard, you can just do with your legs with the pulses, but if you're okay to do the crunch at the same time, you can. So just floating both legs up, coming up into a bit of a crunch, then we're going to count 10 pulses down. So they're quick pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. palms facing each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then palms facing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bringing your head down and relaxing your legs down, taking in a breath there. So this is called hundreds because you're supposed to get to 100 pulses. But we'll do it 30 at a time and then we'll add in 10 at the end. So we'll do that again. So floating your legs back up, coming into a crunch, palms facing down, counting 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Palms facing each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Palms facing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head down and legs down. Taking in a breath there. Now, if you feel like you're grabbing too much through the front of your neck muscles, means you're fatiguing too quickly through your abs. So just stick to it with your legs, but keep your head down. Otherwise, we'll go through another round. We'll end up doing 40 for this one. So we'll just add 10 on at the end. All right, so coming back up into double tabletop. Doing our crunch, palms facing down, counting 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Palms facing each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Palms facing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Palms facing down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And coming back down. Taking a deep breath and relaxing your pelvic floor. Okay, while we're in this position, we're going to come up into our single leg circle. So we want to bring, we want to bring our leg straight in our knee, and we want to draw a circle with our toe. If you can't get your knee into too much extension, you can bend, you can keep your knee bent and draw as if you're drawing a circle with your knee. But if you can straighten your leg, want to draw 3 circles clockwise, and then bring that leg down and do the same on the other leg. Straighten that knee, 3 circles clockwise, and controlling that down. Now you want to keep your hips nice and stable so they're not wobbling from side to side, and keep your pelvic floor engaged. So straightening one leg, make sure you're moving at the hip, so I don't want you drawing circles with your toes, with your ankle I mean. You want to make sure that your movement is at the hip. And then down. And pointing that toe again. 1, 2, 3, and down. And the other leg. 1, 2, 3, and down. And the first leg. 1, 2, 3, and down. It's a bit of a hamstring stretch through there. Straightening that knee. 1, 2, 3, and down. And the other leg. 1, 2, 3, and down. We're going to do this 4 more times on each leg. 1, 2, 3, down. And the other leg. 1, 2, 3, down. And again. 1, 2, 3, down. And the other leg. 1, 2, 3, and down. And the first leg. 1, 2, 3, and down. And the other leg, 1, 2, 3, and down. One more time on each side. Keep that leg straight. 1, 2, 3, down. The other leg, 1, 2, 3, down. Good. Taking a nice deep breath here. Relax your pelvic floor again. Okay, now we're going to come up into our dead bugs. So we're going to bring both legs into tabletop. We want to bring our arms up in front of us. We want to control one leg out and the other arm out, opposite arm, and together. And point one leg out, straighten the other arm, and bringing it back together. And again, one leg out, one arm out, and together. And the other leg and the other arm out, and together. Okay, and again, one leg out, one arm out, together. And the other leg and the other arm out, and back together. Keep it hovering over the floor. One leg out, one arm out, and together. And the other leg and the other arm, and together. 2 more times on each side. One leg, one arm, and the other leg and the other arm. One more time on each side. And slowly lower your arms and your legs down. Taking a nice deep breath here. Okay, what we want to do here is we want to just have one leg fall out to the side and then the other leg falling out to the side, keeping nice good control of the stable leg. So letting that leg fall out and bringing it back together, keeping your pelvic floor engaged as you're doing this. So if your pelvic floor, if you let go of your pelvic floor while you're doing this exercise, you need to not let your leg fall out too much. So just while you can hold your pelvic floor contracted. Number 4. Lower leg. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. And last one. And bring them together. Relax your pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in through here. All right, now we're going to come up. We're going to bend both of our knees up now into double tabletop. We're still going to do our hip twist, but we're just going to let one leg fall out to the side and then the other leg fall out to the side while we're in double tabletop. So it's keeping nice, good control of the tummy and the pelvic floor. So just let one leg fall out and float it back up, and the other leg out and float it back up. And then one leg out and float it back up, and the other leg and float it back up. And one leg again, and together, and the other leg, and together. And again, one leg fall out to the side, and bringing it together, and the other leg out, and bringing it together. And again, together, and out, and together. One more time on each side. Letting that leg fall out and bringing it back together, and letting the other leg fall out and bringing it back together. And slowly bring your legs down. Taking a nice deep breath in here. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to do our roll downs in our standing up position. So we're going to come up onto our feet. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly roll down, starting from our head and our neck, down to our rib cage, and then down at the hips. So we want to let our chin come down first. So our head and our neck are coming down. Then we're rolling down through our upper back, and then rolling through our middle back, letting our arms just flop down, just letting them rest. And then our lower back, as low as you can go. And then we're going to slowly start to straighten, starting with the lower back, then the mid back, the upper back, and then the chin and the head. And we're going to come back down again, down through our chin, through the neck, through the upper back, the middle back, and then the lower back to finish. Letting your arms just flop and relax. And we're going to slowly come back up, stacking each spine segment on top of each other. Coming up into our upper back, and then our head and neck as the last to come up. And we're going to come back down again, starting with our chin first. Then our head and neck, our upper back, our mid back, coming into our lower back, keeping your knees straight or just softly bent. And then slowly stacking each vertebra back on top of each other as we come back up in standing. And one more time, starting with the head and the neck, bringing the chin to your chest, then coming down through your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, and then stacking each vertebra back on top of each other, all the way up into a nice standing position. Good. All right, we're going to finish off with some pelvic floor exercises. So I'll get you back down onto your back. So you can do your butterfly stretch. Or you can keep your knees bent up, whichever is more comfortable for you. We're going to start off with doing 5 pelvic floor lifts and lowers. So I'm going to count us out. So we're going to lift and lower, and lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Nice deep breaths in here to help relax our pelvic floor. Okay, for our next one, we're going to lift and lower 5 fast contractions. So the pace will be lift, lower, lift, lower. So we're going to start. So we're going to lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, and completely relax at the end of that one. Nice deep breaths in through here. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to lift our pelvic floor. We're going to hold for 5 seconds. So we're going to lift maximally, and I'm going to hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and completely relax. Take a nice deep breath in through there. All right, we're going to do that again. So we're going to hold again for 5 seconds, lifting nice and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and completely relax. Nice deep breath in. All right, we're going to go back to our 5 quick contractions. So we're going to start. So we're going to lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, and lower. Completely relaxing the pelvic floor, taking a deep breath in through there. And now we're going to do our 5 strong pelvic floor contractions. So we're going to lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower. Taking some nice deep breaths to finish there. Breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Okay, that ends our floor and core for Wednesday night. Thank you for joining.